Yo, welcome back to the show. We are live on the podcast broadcast stream. Yas Money and myself hanging out here. Film critic Stratford is going to be joining us in a little bit because we got movie reviews that we're going to get to, react to some trailers. Plus, there's some Hollywood tea that I want to get to as well. Yeah, some news like Tom Hardy was fired from a project. Yeah. You heard about this? Did you hear about why?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Or which team are you on? Team Tom Hardy or no?
Team Tom Hardy.
Okay, well, just because he's a good-looking man. There's details. So this is what happened. We'll get right into that. So he last Friday after production on the second season of Mobland come to an end, it was announced that Tom Hardy had been given the action of the show. Right? And did you watch Mobland? Were you a fan of that show?
No, I started watching it and then I got distracted with other stuff.
Okay.
But I did hear good things.
Yeah,
I did hear very good
it
things.
Went 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It's difficult to go 2 seasons for a show these days because people don't really have the attention span. And it really, with everything coming out, to catch somebody's attention and keep them, again, it's almost an impossible feat. Now, initial reports suggested it was because of frequent conflicts with producers and showrunners that resulted in, and this is very Tom Hardy-esque, fire me or give me what I want kind of style ultimatums. Oh, no, fire him or me style ultimatum.
Yeah.
So it's like either you fire me or you fire him. I'm right. He's wrong. Fire him. Keep me. Fire me. Keep him. Your call, right? Just put that line in the sand. A new report, however, says it could have been due to Hardy's reported tendency to keep himself locked in his trailer and keep co-stars Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren waiting for hours at a time. So diva-like behavior.
You and I heard 2 different stories.
Okay, what did you hear?
This was like a more of a political view type of thing.
Okay, so you political view as far as what? He's aligned MAGA?
No.
Okay.
Like, we're talking Palestine and
okay, so we're talking Israeli and all those type of
that was the
political.
version I heard.
Okay, so what is he anti-Gaza, pro-Gaza? What's his deal?
He was part of the petition that the actors signed to free Gaza or free Palestine.
Okay, so but there's a lot of Hollywood actors that are saying free Palestine, right? Which you would think maybe Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, they might even weigh in on that aspect. No, you say okay, anti. Well, this seems to be a common trend with Hardy though. His fire him or me style. He used to have frequent blow-ups on the set of Mad Max Fury Road with Charlize Theron over the same issue. And this was before, Gaza became the popular.
I think this is a smear campaign
against him.
Yeah.
And because politics. And that could be
I'm going to leave it there.
Okay. I mean, where did you get your information from?
I'll send it to you.
Okay, but are you on some kind of... No, we do. We will have a new segment for you next week. But... All right. Well, speaking of shows then, there's a list of the most watched series of 2025, 2026, the season, as basically since summer's coming up, the season is over. Usually, stereotypically, television series and seasons, they start in the fall, they end in the spring. So if you think traditionally like that, a lot of these streaming shows kind of follow that same format.
Yeah.
What do you think was the most watched show in 25, 26?
25, 26. What was something that I think Severance was towards the end of 25?
No, Severance was the year before.
Oh man,
this is how our memories get. So, like, considering the influx of like nonstop knee-jerk reaction news, we forget these things so easily.
I streamed so much.
What did you stream this last year? Do you recall?
So I just finished The Boys. I just finished Invincible.
Now those aren't on the list yet.
Okay,
they should though. I mean,
yeah. Gen V. Yeah. Or whatever that was, the spinoff. I mean, gosh, all SNL. I watch SNL like crazy,
and none of the shows that you're listing are on this list. I have the top 10.
There's more, but I just can't think of it. I did watch, what was it, DTF St. Louis.
Okay,
I did see that.
That's not on the list either.
Everything on HBO.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's an HBO show on this list. I'll get right into it.
Sure. Here's our White Lotus or something.
No, our top 10 from 10 to 1. of the most watched shows to 25-26. Now, White Lotus, again, I don't think they were in the 25-26. I think that came out maybe summer right before that season.
Yeah.
So with that said, I know you've seen this. I watched this from beginning and I thought it was great. Monster, the Ed Gein story.
Oh, yeah.
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 13.4 million viewers for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. An HBO show came in at number 9.
The HBO show for...
A HBO show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can you guess which one it was? And it wasn't any of the ones you previously mentioned.
The one with John Cena.
No, yeah, Peacemaker. Peacemaker should be higher on this list, but no, that's heartbreaking. And Peacemaker's pretty much done too. They kind of ended it so James Gunn can focus on the DCU, and Peacemaker may return in future movies, but the Peacemaker series is on pause. So, and maybe because they didn't get that many viewers. The Pit came in.
Good.
I know. The Pit came in at number 9.
The Pit.
Yes, 13.8.
Oh my gosh, I have it like tattooed on my body. I love The Pit.
Yeah, well, you don't love it that much.
Oh my God.
You didn't mention it at all. All right,
because it's over.
Yeah, well, is the series over?
No.
Yeah,
They're coming back.
Yeah, it's gonna be like ER. It's gonna be forever
but
running.
The thing is, like, I was so obsessed with it that when it's off in my brain.
Okay,
it's just like the memes are off. It's been over a month that it's been off, so it's switched off. We're off to the next one.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, my girlfriend made me watch that, and I did enjoy it. Noah Wiley's always great. I mean, he's played a doctor for so long, he could probably actually be a doctor. He knows all the terminology so well. It's so weird that's been his life where he's like, I guess I'm a doctor. I mean, that's the only thing they'll cast me in, and I know all of it.
But
right?
He does so great as a suicidal thought doctor.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It is so high stress though, and I don't like medical dramas like that, so I didn't get into The Pit.
Oh,
I know. A show I haven't watched, but only because I don't have ABC Hulu, but I should. High Potential sounds like a stoner thing. No, you don't know about that? Okay, so 16 million for that. Tracker on CBS Paramount, 16.4. A lot of blue hairs watch that. Yeah, so that doesn't surprise me. Okay. 16.4. Bridgerton. Yeah, so that's Netflix. 18.3 million.
I got a lot of. They got a good following.
Yeah. It's interesting to see when I look through this top 10 list, and we'll get to the top 5. It is really just a battle of Netflix and Paramount. CBS, Paramount initially when they announced Paramount, I was like, oh yeah, they're going to be a monster because they have all the IP.
Yeah.
But I underestimated it, or no, at first I overestimated it. They needed to swallow up a couple more properties to really become competitive. And even on Paramount, I only watch the same couple shows, with thousands of options. I'm stuck to 3.
Yeah. I mean, I only have my Peacock subscription just for SNL.
Yeah.
And now, Love Island's about to start, so let's see what that's about.
Yeah, I know. With Love Island being as big as it is, and I'm such a fan of the challenge, right? I like what made the challenge great back in the day was Love Island, but then with challenges and a little bit of drama. So they need to bring back the banging. And if they get more people hooking up,
there's some challenges in there. They do some challenges.
Well, on Love Island, I know all they're doing is copying the challenge from 2010.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the challenge is trying to get away from that and be like, no, man, the biggest show in the world is a show that's copying you. Then you should just do what the show is doing. Anyways, we're back on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. I'm going through the top 5 most watched series of 2025 and 2026 on the podcast broadcast with Yas Money, which you could subscribe, youtube.com/beefvegan. Now, to recap, the bottom half of the top 10 list, Monster, Ed Gein Story, The Pit, High Potential, Tracker, and Bridgerton. Those are the bottom half of the top 10. Here's the top 5 of the most watched shows. Now, again, it's 25-26 season. Shows that debuted in the fall, wrapped up in the spring, or, in that window. All right. Coming in at number 5, Landman, Billy Bob Thornton. That's on Paramount.
I heard it was good. I didn't see it, though.
You know what? I've seen clips. Yeah. It seems hot. I haven't invested the time in it yet, but I'll get around to it. I hear it's great things. It's Taylor Sheridan. At this point, though, there was a joke in The Boys series finale where, they were because The Boys has a fake movie studio.
Yeah.
And there was one of the superheroes complaining about the script. And he's like, it's our Taylor Sheridan AI. And he doesn't appreciate notes. Right?
Yes.
The amount of scripts and shows that Taylor Sheridan has makes me believe that joke has some realism to it. Like, does he have this? Like, has he had AI working with him?
And it was like a Western scene.
Yes.
When they said that.
Yes, dude. Like, this guy has to, because he's cranking it out. You can't be sitting down writing that long all day, every day, and continue to crank it out. But who knows? Landman, a number 5 most watched show of 25-26. This one I know you watched, and it wasn't necessarily a show, but it was like an 8-part documentary. And it was fascinating, and it was produced by 50 Cent.
Oh, did he?
Yes,
Did he documentary?
Sean Combs' The Reckoning.
That was pretty good. It was a very good documentary. Very well done.
Very good. Worth rewatching. 20.6 million people. Yeah. Yeah. Talk about the ultimate revenge. When you're beefing with, don't ever beef with 50 Cent.
Don't.
He'll put together a project that half the world will watch.
Wow.
That's crazy. Massive success for him. All right, coming in number 3, the most watched series of 25-26 season. And this is another Taylor Sheridan, I think, associated project, Marshalls. I think that's a spinoff of Yellowstone. And that's more successful than Landman, 20.7 million.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. But the top 2 spots do belong to Netflix.
Oh.
Yes, and that's Netflix showing and flexing their domination.
Okay.
The first one, I didn't watch it all, and I didn't know it was a thing. His and Hers.
His and Hers. I did watch it.
Okay.
It was really good. Had a crazy twist. Yeah, no, it was good. It was well written.
Okay, I don't know if you're selling it, but 25.6 million people watched it.
I think it was more of a, I heard somebody talk about it and I just happened to put it on, and it had a really strong grip on me. Just the first episode.
Yeah.
It didn't lose me. So then I just kept watching.
Okay.
So I think that's what it was, is like it didn't start slow. I don't know.
All right.
But it was good.
Okay.
It was
cool.
engaging.
Well, maybe I'll check it out, but it sounds like a chick show. All right. So the number 1 show, I think everyone watching, it was a great way to end a series that really was an instrumental part in building Netflix to the platform that we know and love today.
Squid Games.
No.
Oh, what?
Look at you gasping so confidently.
I was like, I watched that.
Get ready to physically and verbally smack your head. Stranger Things.
Oh!
There it is. Go ahead. Smack that head.
Ah!
Yeah. 32.9 million people watched the series finale all throughout the last season. Last season did pretty well and did, wrap things up in the storylines. And now the Duffer Brothers are back producing a new series called The Burrows that I watched. That is fascinating. It's a very entertaining show as well. And Gina Davis stars in that one. So maybe that will be on the list for next year. But there was your top 10 most watched series of the 25-26 season.
Yeah, and I apologize to everybody in their car screaming, Stranger Things!
Yeah,
Are you stupid?
Yeah. But the big takeaway from this list is the big loser here is Peacock. Peacock's not on this list at all.
Dang.
Right? There's only 1 spot for ABC Hulu. So Hulu lost on this as well. And honestly, HBO only has 1 show that cracked the top 10. Beyond that, it's all Paramount or CBS Paramount and Netflix. So those are the new business daddies in the streaming world. Okay. All right. We're going to keep this conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan for another edition of Yas and Nah, or stick around because here's Nirvana and Rock 1 2.1. All right. So there you go. Yeah. What was the show that you watched this last year that you wish was on that list that you thought was so fire?
I mean, I was really into Peacemaker.
Yeah,
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Peacemaker killed it. I think that's The Pit's already on there.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peacemaker. I know. All right. Well, let us know which show is your favorite from 25-26 in the comments and add to that. And we'll get things moving. We'll have Herb Stratford coming up right after this, Todd. But we'll do an edition of Yas or Hell Nah with Justin Spears. In case you missed it, it went like this. KFMA, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Got ESPN Radio's Justin Spears in studio. Good morning, Justin.
Buenos dias.
Of course, with Yas Money, it's time for another round of...
Is it a yes or is it a, oh, hell no? Like my lighting right now. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I know. You know what? That's because Emil adjusted it because he looked so transparent yesterday. I know, and it screwed everything up. All right, with that said, give us a hypothetical, Yas.
Well, your thoughts on playing music nobody asked for?
What do you mean?
Hijacking the aux cord and changing the mood of the entire room.
That's an oh hell no, surprisingly for me. And I'll tell you why, because a lot of people for years have turned to me and be like, why don't you play the music, Mr. DJ? And I'm a hipster, right? I'm like, no, I'm gonna play songs you haven't heard of yet and that you're gonna love, and it's gonna be your favorite song in like a year, but you're not ready for it right now, dog. So I refuse to kind of take over and play DJ, because I'm not just gonna play the hits. I'm gonna play future hits and be a tastemaker. Yeah, no. Based off vibes. Yeah, you don't want that. People they really only love songs that they know, you know, and I'm the type of person, it's weird. Once I know a song, I move on from the song. And then I'm always looking for songs I don't know.
Well, that's all hell no for me.
Oh, why?
Your style.
I know. Well, that's why I refuse to take over the aux cord. What about you, Justin?
Hell no, but it also depends too, because I've been on the golf course before, and I've been golfing with guys that are out here playing like baby making R&B music, and I'm like, listen, man, I'm trying to hear some like fun music while I'm out here on the golf course. So,
and then you put on Drake,
and well, that and also yacht rock. Come on, man.
Drake and yacht rock.
Some Susudio by Phil Collins, brighten the mood up. Come on.
Okay. See, he's naming hits. What about you, Yas?
When I panic, I just put on a top 40s playlist from like Spotify.
There you go. Yeah. I'll be like, yeah, these are all my picks. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Here, and they're clean.
Yeah. All right. What's another hypothetical?
Turning every story into a competition.
I know those type of people.
Yeah,
we've all met those type of people, the one-uppers, if you will. Yeah, you can't even tell a story and be like, oh, yeah, that's crazy. What happened to me was even crazier.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll tell you an even crazier story.
Yeah.
So I went.
Right. And be like, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was like a battle to the death. You know, I thought I was just sharing something that happened, my personal trauma. You got to out-trauma me. I hate people like that. It's so cliche. That I definitely have a name for them. You know, they're one-uppers. I've recognized the one-uppers since I was a teenager. Never been a one-upper.
You know what? I caught myself being a one-upper, and then I learned to just shut up.
Right.
And then just shut my mouth and then be like, oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Even you could hold inside your mind, know that you have a one-up and be like, that's nothing. Your story sucks. Like my story's better, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
I'm only gonna like one up it if it's like within the same like conversation, if it makes sense to the context of the conversation.
Right.
If I don't need to bring it up, I'm not gonna bring it up.
Exactly. That's what makes you cool. What about you, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm talking about something that I'm very proud of, or I'm like showing off something, and then they're like, oh, well, how about this?
Right.
Oh, you got these cool shoes? Well, let me tell you about all the pairs of shoes that I have.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, see, I knew the answer before you said it. I know you as not a one-upper, you know, so it's one of the reasons why I like you. All right, give me one more hypothetical, Miss Yasmoney.
Bringing up work during a good time. Find a way to sneak deadlines into a fun conversation.
Oh, I said, Justin, I'll let you go first.
Deadlines. This is... You're triggering me right now because I'm in the deadline business with my work.
Yes,
working at the Arizona Daily Star.
Right. So are you this guy? You bring up work in conversations?
It depends. I mean, because I work in sports, right? So if we're talking about sporting events, I mean, I'm there at a lot of U of A games and Tucson sporting events. So I guess it depends on the conversation. So I'll go yes with this. Okay,
you going Yas. I would say, maybe like inadvertently, I feel like since I immerse myself in my work and my work is fun and it's my friends, that I feel like it gets brought into conversation. So luckily I'm not an accountant. So maybe, bringing it into conversations is a little more fun than other work settings. But
the way that your conversation transition, it's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Beef games.
I'm just constantly promoting. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Beef Games, June 5th at St. Philip's Plaza. Yeah. What are you doing this weekend? You know what next weekend is? Beef Games, June 5th, St. Philip's Plaza. Yeah, thanks for the plug. All right. That's another hypothetical of...
Is it a yes or is it a, oh, hell no?
Justin Spears, thank you for taking... All right, so I'm going to cue ahead to our story of the documentary, The Crash. Real quick, does this stream look SD to you? I've been getting told it's in SD and not HD, which is wildly infuriating as we try to build this up. And I've been trying to press all the buttons. I kind of need Todd to help me out on that. But, that's neither here nor there right now. I will get into this segment that I find fascinating. There's a documentary on Netflix called The Crash. McKenzie... Charilla is her last name. And, people watch this documentary. We talked about this story. It was basically this girl who, got in a car accident on purpose with her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friend in a car, and they both passed away. She's currently in prison, but the story gets deeper than that, and I kind of shared that story with Yas today, and I want to play that up before we start talking with Herb Stratford. So I feel like my cue up is around here. I'm going to get right into that. So check this out. Mean girl prison behavior.
Wow.
Yeah.
A Regina George, if you will.
Yeah. She said she desperately wanted her iPad while in jail awaiting trial. What was interesting about this documentary on Netflix is that, hold on, they showed a lot of her. I gotta cue it back a little bit, just a little bit more. All right, let's try this. And that's the last time I'm messing with it. And the trauma, she doesn't even recall any of that happening. But defense attorneys or prosecutors paint a picture. Oh, I lied. I need to scrub back a little bit further. and then that's it. It's it. It's no more after this. I promise. Thank you for your patience. Check this out. On Wheels on Netflix right now.
No.
Yeah. This is a story that we did cover briefly on the show a couple years ago. And it's interesting to see, like, over the years doing this job, coming across news pieces in real time and watching them, how they kind of unfold, and then seeing the story told about a year or two later. It's happened time and time again. And I remember this story when it initially came out. It's a travesty, first and foremost, but it was suspicious from the jump. Basically, what happened was there's a girl named McKenzie Charilla, and she got into a single car accident. She was driving. She had her boyfriend Dominic riding shotgun and had their friend Davion in the back seat. Okay. She drove 100 miles an hour into a wall, basically. No braking whatsoever. Now, obviously, there was a lot of suspicion right off the bat. Like, how could this happen? It was in the middle of the night. There was no traffic. She didn't hit the brakes whatsoever. Just drove the car as fast as she could right into a brick wall. Now, Dominic and Davion, they passed away. She miraculously survived.
Oh, my God.
Yes. But after that, that's when the story started to unfold. And they started questioning the motive of her driving in the first place. And why did the car never break? And why did it go so fast into the wall? Now, the documentary Hell on Wheels kind of like, lays out the entire case from both sides. McKenzie claims that she blacked out. She doesn't know because a car accident and the trauma. She doesn't even recall any of that happening. But defense attorneys or prosecutors paint a picture of a girl who was feeling like a scorned lover, that they were on a rocky path, and that they were potentially going to break up, and they were fighting, and McKenzie took it to an extreme level. Basically, if I can't have you, no one can have you, and driving the wall. And unfortunately, Davion in the back seat
was just there,
a victim of circumstance. This happened in 2022. Now, prosecutors argued that it was intentional revenge tied to relationship drama. The judge later called her literal hell on wheels, and she was convicted and sentenced to 15 years to life. But why do I bring it up? Is because according to reports from the U.S. Sun and other outlets, McKenzie allegedly complained about prison food, and her prison behavior is not only diva-like, but they're calling her mean girl prison behavior.
Wow.
Yeah.
A Regina George, if you will.
Yeah. She said she desperately wanted her iPad while in jail awaiting trial. What was interesting about this documentary on Netflix is that they showed a lot of her TikToks, and they actually used her TikToks against her in a court of law.
Wow.
Yes, because they're saying, look at how could she be mourning if she's doing a TikTok trend? Look at her. She's dressed up as this like anime character, and that's mocking the dead. And so it was a stretch. It was a stretch to a certain extent, but it goes to show in modern day and age, they could utilize, especially for younger generations, just go to your social media page and just start clipping and then bringing it up, being like, Your Honor, look at what a garbage person is. Look how many times they posted for engagement. See how they say like and subscribe? Throw the book at them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, she reportedly begged her mother to call jail staff to see if she could get special access to electronics. Of course, her mother attempted that, but they're like, that's a hard no, dog. In the call, she also allegedly talked about becoming famous after prison and discussed public attention surrounding the case. So she's already showing not only a lack of empathy, but looking forward to the fame that her actions are going to bring her, because she realizes, A, I'm a young, attractive woman.
Is she?
Yeah, she is. I'll show you a picture. Yeah, I'm surprised, you haven't seen her. Now, there's You'll see. This is her dolled up in the documentary. She has. How would you describe this hairdo? I'll have you describe it, just so I'm not being culturally inappropriate.
Oh my gosh, that's who this is. I've been seeing this meme everywhere.
There's a meme. Okay.
There's a meme.
Okay, so what's the meme entail?
Crazy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like I know that crazy look, and then like people put this picture in transparent over somebody else.
This is the problem though. This become a meme. She is famous. Everything that she's like aspiring to be from this accident, she is getting. Of course, she's still in prison.
She's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She got the crazy eyes, and obviously she's crazy. She had an argument with her boyfriend and drove a car into a wall.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's as crazy as can be. Now, it's relatable as well. We've all been in those toxic relationships at a young age, and they were high school sweethearts. Mm-hmm. And it's sad to see these two lives taken away at such a young thing just because of an angry fight. McKenzie could have been making many men's lives miserable a couple of years at a time. You know, I've seen it. Well, this is the part that's making people freak out online. Her talking about how her case is getting worldwide attention, excitement over media coverage and documentaries, ideas about writing a book after prison. She's already looking at the golden life after she gets out of jail. And discussions about social media branding. She also asked her mom to update her Instagram bio with #FreeKenzie and #innocent.
Is her mom in the documentary too?
Yes, and her mom comes off super dumb.
Oh, momager?
Oh, yeah.
Like Kris Jenner?
Yeah, her mom at one clip in Hell on Wheels is talking to the judge at the sentencing, trying to get things. It's like, Dominic, we love Dominic, but, Davion was just an acquaintance. And they're like, what? This kid died. And you're just trying to write off his life. She's like, no, I'm not saying that. No. We just didn't know him. And you're like, oh, you didn't know the black kid? And you're just going to be like, oh, you only mourn the kid that you knew? So, like, she basically had to eat her words.
Well,
it was bad.
Can't wait to watch this.
It is a pretty good documentary.
And also, like, her looking at post prison life, she's she's looking forward to something.
She is. Now, here's the weirdest details that I'm going to end this on. As far as her behavior in prison, former inmates are describing her as popular and attention-seeking in prison.
Okay, pick
me. Yep. She's one former prison girlfriend claimed McKenzie embraced the nickname Charilla the Killer. And multiple outlets claim that she appeared more focused on image and future fame than remorse. And that actually comes off in the documentary as well. It's called Hell on Wheels. It's on Netflix. And there's an update of the diva, McKenzie, Charilla the Killer.
Okay.
We'll hit the reset. Be back with another edition of Yas and All right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Backed by popular demand, film critic Herb Stratford. Popular demand is just a Todd on our stream demanding Herb Stratford come in.
Thank you, Todd.
He was more irritated at me at your late arrival here at 9:28 here. But as we wrap up this conversation of what I called Hell on Wheels, because that's what the judge called McKenzie Charilla, the documentary is actually called The Crash. You probably were going to review it last week.
Yeah.
You saw it.
Yeah, I did see it. It was pretty jaw dropping. Just when you see what I think one of the things that struck me so much was, normally the police would investigate a crash, right? But because they had all the footage of the car going 100 miles an hour past all these, house cameras and everything, it just brought it home so much that it was just like, man, it's like a smoking gun,
Big time.
I mean, that's just a different world. I thought about, wow, these cops, they've got such a case against her. And it's a powerful piece. I mean, God, and that woman, she continues to amaze.
Yes, because like I said, the reports coming out of the prison is that not only is she loving this attention, she's planning for fame after prison, and she has diva-like behavior. She's embracing the nickname McKenzie Charilla the Killer. She's full-blown lesbianic, but that's what you do in prison because she's a good-looking girl. But yeah, diva, just diva, monster, the whole thing.
Well, and then also, like, I thought it was so interesting to see her parents because they come off as such D-bags. It's just it's just embarrassing. I got embarrassed for the parents. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, especially when the mother, and I said it in a piece with Yas, when the mother said, back on the air, Rock 102.1 KFMA, film critic Herb Stratford's joining us. But especially when we're talking about The Crash on Netflix, especially when the mother went to the judge talking about sentencing. And was like, well, Davion, we didn't really know Davion. And she's like, oh, you're just just going to disparage his life just
Yeah.
because you barely know him? She's like, no, I didn't mean that. But like, well, you just said it.
Yeah,
and
you
it
did.
sounded bad.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
So yeah, fascinating documentary, and the behavior behind it is crazy. Now, before we get into film critic Herb Stratford's reviews and reactions to this week's releases, which there's a lot. There's an upcoming release that, of course, is from a legendary director, Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
Talk about Disclosure.
Yeah, Disclosure Day.
Yes, Disclosure Day
Yes.
is what it's called.
Yes.
And I forgot that because, yes, obviously disclosure is the key word and the buzzword of 2026.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
This is where we're getting all our alien information. And speculation is Steven Spielberg was tapped to do this project to soften the blow of the information that's about to come. Right?
Could be.
Now, with that, though, there's a lot of buzz on this movie. All right. They're saying that this movie not only gets you ready for the impending information that's going to blow our minds, but we're going to be loving this movie. And it's awards bait, too. What have you heard about Disclosure Day?
So, obviously it's got a great cast. It's got, Emily Blunt, and it's just got all kinds of great people in it. And the trailer that just dropped, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, really blew people's minds because the alien at the end of the trailer looks like the aliens from Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
So he brought them back.
So you got to wonder, right? Because like you just said, if this is them softening us up, right? We're sort of re-referencing something that was, what was Close Encounters?
1978 or something.
Yeah, 78, 79.
Yeah.
So, it's like, what else do we not know that they know?
And how long has Steven Spielberg known, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And he was tapped in there.
Yeah.
So, but beyond the conspiracy, because I trust me, I immediately want to be like, oh, he's been an agent this whole time, and I'll go down a very dark rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So the early screenings have produced reactions like, this is Spielberg's best film in 20 years, right? The weirdest Spielberg movie ever made in a good way. It's a blend of sci-fi, mystery, romance, suspense, and Spielberg-style wonder and emotion. And then Emily Blunt steals the show. They're talking about this is her best work yet.
Yeah. Which is saying something because she has done some good work outside of the Rock. So yeah. So
outside of the Rock for sure.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be probably one of the biggest movies of the summer just because it's Spielberg, it's aliens, it's summer.
Yes.
Right. That's the recipe for success. So the buzz. I have not talked to any of my fellow critics that have seen it yet, so I'm just relying on some of the social media reactions that you and I have both seen. But I think that this one, is really gonna surprise a lot of people.
Well, do you think this is Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day is prepping us for a real announcement about aliens?
I think it's possible. I don't know. They act like they've released everything, but they acted like they released all the Epstein files. So,
That's true.
We don't really know what's really there.
That's another thing that's frustrating. It's like, you're going to tell me about all different types of alien species, but you're not going to tell me about who's on that Epstein list and how much money I'm inadvertently spending for the company, for the person to be on Epstein list,
Yeah.
That's interesting to see. Now I got to see that trailer. So, hell, we'll watch that here on the podcast broadcast in a few. But let's get one of these movie reviews on the way because obviously a lot of, a lot of movies are dropping in theaters here. Out of these three films that are going to theaters, you got Tuner, Backrooms, and Pressure. I see Dustin Hoffman in Tuner. Which one of these movies did you feel like was the best bang for your buck?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it depends. So I loved Tuner and Backrooms. Okay, I love them both. They're both phenomenal movies. But I will say it depends on what your particular kink is. If you're a horror person, Backrooms is absolutely mind-boggling. It's so good. But a Tuner is also really just a great story.
Let's not talk about Backrooms then, because it seems like every single week we're talking about another horror film. It's like, dear Lord. So tell me about Tuner and why they decided to make a movie that isn't a horror film in 2026, because that's mind-blowing in itself.
It's shocking. So Leo Woodall plays a young man who is a piano tuner, hence the name. He's had some ear damage, but that makes him like a really good tuner, right? So he works for Dustin Hoffman. And so they go into all these sort of, this is in New York City. So, you imagine there's a lot of people that have pianos, a lot of wealthy people, whatever. So he sort of is this guy that sort of works for Dustin Hoffman, and he's just sort of a little bit of a sort of a loner. And he ends up meeting Havana Rose Liu, who is a piano student, and because he's tuning the piano at like Juilliard or wherever she's studying. And so, a little bit of relationship starts there. Well, also he stumbles into these guys who have a security company who are basically robbing a place, right, that he's supposed to be tuning a piano at. And they realize that he's got these mad skills because his ears are so sensitive. So they basically engage him to be their safecracker. So all of a sudden he's got this double life where he's like found a woman. He's trying to, help Dustin Hoffman and blah, blah, blah. And he's got these criminals who basically have it over him. And they're like, if you don't help us, we're going to hurt your girlfriend and hurt your Dustin Hoffman and everything else.
Oh, don't you hurt my Dustin Hoffman.
So it's just a really, really great film. It's very well done. Leo Woodall is definitely a rising star. You recognize him from some things. It's just a really great sort of crime drama. And, he's got super sensitive ears. So that's just really an interesting angle. Like The Sound of Metal. I don't know if you remember that movie a couple years ago.
Yes, I do.
That was so brilliant. So I like it that, deaf people are getting, or, hearing impaired people are getting a little bit of love in Hollywood. So it's a very good film, 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. I interviewed Leo and Havana on Stratford Spotlight on YouTube, so you can check them out. It's a good film.
You know what? Yeah, I'm excited to hear that conversation, which we will play a little bit of on the podcast broadcast as well, because our arts and culture guy on YouTube is doing great with all these great interviews. And if you started clipping it up, you'd actually have people watching them, which would be fantastic.
True.
All right, so on the podcast broadcast, we got to watch this Disclosure Day, trailer that just dropped. I got to see what these aliens look like, just so I can prepare myself for when the government says, "Oh, by the way, this was real the whole time." Right? Apparently, that's going to happen. We have more releases that we're going to talk about with Film Critic Herb Stratford coming up after music from Crackers. So you could keep it right here. Join us youtube.com/beefvegan. See, I have to cram everything in because Frank kept you so late.
I will remind him next week.
Yeah, dude. Try to remind him not to be a selfish asshole. Good luck on that. All right. Let's see. It's Disclosure Day. I know I don't like to put you in between there, but I do.
But by the way, I will say Backrooms is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, my jaw was on the floor multiple times. It is like I was yelling at the screen. It is so good. It is so good and so creepy and so amazing.
All right. Yelling at the screen at Roadhouse?
Yes. Okay. By myself.
They want to kick you out, and
no,
I know you're our film critic.
No,
but damn.
I'm in there by myself at 8:15 in the morning, so I can yell at the screen.
That's good. Nobody came in to try to help.
No.
You need help? You okay?
No.
All right, so let's watch this real quick with audio. I gotta hear all about this Disclosure Day. Check this out.
I can see you. I am much more inclined now than I was when I made Close Encounters to really believe that we're not the only intelligent civilization in the universe.
What did you steal?
Secrets. People have a right to know the truth. This is a story about us. All of us.
Good morning, Kansas City.
Up against the most extraordinary event in human history.
What's happening to me? I'm frightened. I'm frightened out of my wits.
You don't need to be. You have someone else.
Daniel Keller.
Who is this?
Do not go back to the house. They found you. I don't know who you are, but they're gonna kill you.
The human race cannot accept what we know. We need to stop it any way we can.
What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? This 79-year cover-up of the truth has to end.
We're interrupting our coverage.
How will disclosure change us? I believe for the better. It will remind us of our capacity for empathy, and that there is something bigger out there than just ourselves.
The only way to know your purpose is to go back to where it all began. I know you.
I know you do. What happened to us?
I used to say to myself, wouldn't it be wonderful if all of this turned out to be true? I'm now thinking, wouldn't it be wonderful for people to know they're coming? All of this is true.
He knows. So this son of a bitch has known the whole time. Honestly. And it's a gray. It's a gray. The aliens in Close Encounter and Third Kind, they're the grays. And, you know, so, and those are the nicest ones, apparently. But there's three other species that we, you know, that they're saying exists. Reptilians being one, right? So reptilian, and this is crazy too, because this disclosure and all this information that's slowly being like, hey, guess what, guys? It's not a surprise to anyone who's been paying attention to the internet in the last 20 years, right? They've been talking about this.
Yeah.
The Nordics, you know, they were talking about them, and you could be one of them. Tall white people, right? How do you know you don't have any Nordic DNA, dude?
I'm not an alien.
That's what aliens would say. Tall, blonde, blue hair. Yeah, dude.
It's true.
Yeah. And then what was the fourth and final one? I think I had it on my screen here.
Types of aliens?
Yeah. No, I have basically a graph that was shared here. I think it was on.
Oh, Liz is saying there are 9 alien races that we've documented. So.
Well, I've seen 4. Here's the 4 reported here by Fox News. So yes, maybe the other 5 are Mexican origin, and then they're just not sharing them.
Yeah. They've been deported.
These are the ones we're accepting. All right. Anyways, so mantis. Mantis is the insect-like. So it says here, height 6 to 7 feet tall, large compound eyes, highly agile, excellent eyesight, telepathic abilities, interest in genetics. Right? They're smart. Praying mantis, which Mari's like cute, and I'm like, praying mantis are the most terrifying insects out there.
Yeah, because they eat the head of their mate.
Yeah, dude. I kept trying to convince her, and I'm like, a 7 foot tall one that's terrifying. The grays, that was featured in the movie Disclosure Day. That's essentially the type of alien. You see the fingers, you see the face. That's a gray, right? Absolutely. Height 4 to 5 feet, large black eyes. Slender build, advanced technology, telepathic abilities. Those are the ones that allegedly they can't reproduce. They're studying us, trying to help us, or escaping, you know, everything else. Then it could be currently at war at the reptilians. The reptilians, they're 6 to 8 feet tall. Reptilian features, highly intelligent, strong and resilient, advanced technology, lives in underground bases. And then the Herb Stratford Nordics, 6 to 7.5 feet tall. How tall are you, Herb?
6'4".
Yeah, that's right. You are 6'4". Human-like appearance, which, you know, you do look human-like. All right. Advanced intelligence. Well, you know, you've been dumbing it down for this show. Peaceful nature. I've been making fun of you for almost 10 years, and you haven't punched me once.
That's true.
That's very Nordic-like behavior. Highly advanced socially. You are a socialite. When I mention I know Herb Stratford, it's the uber elite in Tucson are like, I'm around Herb Stratford. And, of course, interest in Earth's evolution, which I think movies is a big part of that. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't think you could convince me that you're not Nordic. I also read a piece. I don't even know where I came across this. Probably Twitter, so it's probably not true. But that, you know, of course, sites like 23andMe and Ancestry.com, you know, basically the government is utilizing that to try to track Nordic DNA, because Nordics have been here breeding and making shorter, uglier versions of themselves for generations, for about, I don't know, like 50 plus years.
Really?
Well, I'm just trying to guesstimate your age. Yeah, but that's recently. That's again, with conspiracies, they're fun. But at the same time, considering that this has been the year that we've seen a lot of these conspiracies become realities, then I guess you got to take all of them with a grain of salt, being like, it's not impossible.
Yeah, no, it's not. And also, like, to your point, the fact that, you know, Spielberg started making this movie, 2 years ago, you know, and that's when stuff started heating up about releasing the file. You know what I mean? They're just, it's pretty coincidental.
It's not, you know, that's the thing. And there's so many projects that have the word disclosure in them coming out here. There's another documentary as well. And so that's all part. And this has been tried and true that the government has utilized media to kind of like either set a narrative or to educate, but basically mainly brainwash and create a narrative, right?
Soften us up, you know, like then it's not shocking. Yeah,
right.
Agreed.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm still like gonna be one of the first in line to see Disclosure Day, and I have enjoyed Steven Spielberg's movies in the past. They say it's, you know, on a critic level, you know, that it critically acclaimed, and that Emily Blunt and the other co-stars in the film are all kind of front runners for early awards.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
But again, you know, I still have a feeling I'll walk out of it mad. Like, you son of a bitch, you known this whole time. Like, I don't, but yeah, also what a great marketing strategy. Like, he could just to be like aloof, being like, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Like, fuck you, Steven Spears. Or Steven Spielberg. Like,
or Justin Spears.
Yeah, I get mad at that. The fact that you even would allude to, like, you know, not telling us whether you did or not. I don't know. It's mind blowing. It's been a weird year to say the very least. We're going to talk about Star City here on our stream, and just to get caught up on what is some of the other gossip that I wanted to share with you here. That was pretty much it. We talked about Tom Hardy getting fired.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. They're backtracking now, and they're saying, "Oh, no, he didn't get fired. We're trying to work out our creative differences."
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, you know, I've always heard he's difficult. I think he's brilliant. He does great work. But, you know, really, you don't keep people like Helen Mirren waiting on set because you're pouting in your trailer. I mean, that's just pretty immature.
Did you hear any speculation that it was because of his political beliefs?
No, I haven't heard
because that's what Yas said, you know. So the official statement was obviously his diva-like behavior, right? And he had him or me type of personality that he would say it's either give her to him or give her to me all the time.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of see that just in the demeanor of Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said it's something about pro-Gaza, Palestine.
I mean, I suppose it's possible. It's just, you know, I think there's a lot of egos on that set.
Yeah.
You know, I've always heard that Pierce Brosnan is very much an egomaniac.
He used to be James Bond.
Yeah.
And the fact they took it away from him is that ego
ship.
Yeah, it doesn't go away, dude. You know?
So I don't know. I love Hardy. I think I've been a big fan of Mobland. I think it's really smart television. It's got a great cast. I was like, oh my God, how do you have that show without him? Because he's sort of the beating heart of that show.
Big time.
So I think they realized that. I think maybe they were trying to spook him, you know, get him to play nice.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Tom Hardy's not on Mobland anymore for the foreseeable future, and then Mobland may have one more season left in it.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. So film critic Herb Stratford's joining us right now on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. With that said, let's talk about Star City. This is a show that's dropping to Apple TV. Apple TV is always kind of knocks it out of the park when it comes to their series. Is this another one that just an example of their quality?
Yeah, it is. So, you know, they've really owned the science fiction space in a really great way with, you know, the Godzilla series they have. And then, you know, this is a spinoff of For All Mankind, which is the alternate universe space series where the Russians got to the moon before we did, right? So For All Mankind, they just had their 5th season. They're going to have one more season, a 6th season. This is a spinoff where it's just focused on Star City, which is the name of the place where all the Russian cosmonauts train and all the scientists work and everything happens there. So it's a very paranoid 1960s Russian series where you're seeing the astronauts, the spies, the politicians, the government, the military, all as they try and sort of manage this moon launch. And so it's very interesting. If you're a fan of For All Mankind, we got a little bit of Russia stuff in there because one of the Russian head guys was over in America during some later launches. But this is just a Russian story. I hope we get a 2nd season. I've seen 5 out of 8 of these. They're really, really good. I really like this, but I'm a smart science fiction guy, you know, in terms of I like those series, just like I like smart horror films. So this is not, you know, this is great effects, great cast. It's just a really interesting look. I'm sure the Russians are going to hate it.
Right.
Like, you know, like they hated Chernobyl because it made them look bad, right?
Right.
So this is them really clearly spying on their astronauts and all the things that happen because, you can't just assume all Russians are bad, right?
Oh, of course not. Yeah,
So,
they're people. When it comes to people, I say this. I mean, this is obviously a work of fiction, but is it based in fact in reality?
I think it's based a little bit on reality, but it's like, who do you talk to, right? And how did they, you know what I mean? And like, were they able to talk freely? Maybe not. So I think it's probably rooted in reality, but of course, actual conversations and all that stuff, But it was a very closed environment. And I mean, certainly because it's alternate universe, we're not actually talking about real astronauts. I think there is reference to Yuri, who was the first Russian in space, but we're not talking about the dog that went up, Laika, and got killed. So it's good stuff though. If you're a science fiction
Stratford. I just noticed a official statement from the office of Vladimir Putin said the show is a complete nonsense. All right.
Yeah.
Rubbish is what he said in a strong Russian accent. All right, let's talk about another thing that's dropping on Apple TV. This looks like a movie, Propeller, One-Way Night Coach.
Yeah, so this is, John Travolta, big pilot, right? That, right?
Oh, yeah,
so
he loves it.
He owned a 707 for a long time. This is his directorial debut. He wrote and directed this. It's based on his own experience of being like a 7 or 8 year old boy who his mom took on a transcontinental flight. So they got on a plane in New York and they went all the way to Los Angeles, and they had to stop like 3 or 4 times, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because this is like the early 60s or late 50s.
Right.
And so this is where his love affair with flight came from. So it's a very sweet sort of story about this little kid and the fascination of travel, back when you didn't put your best Crocs on and your sweatpants to go on a plane.
Right. You would dress up. It was a thing. It was like going to church.
Yeah.
And it looks like you got great food.
Exactly.
Well, see, you know what? I think, honestly, the quality of food dictates the quality of, dress and people for passengers, right?
Yeah.
If you want people to take flying more seriously in transport, then make it a more pleasurable experience.
True. Yeah.
But if you're going to be like Spirit Airline, then I'm going to wear a tank top and shorts and flip-flops and be like, deal with it. I give back what you put into me as a consumer.
No, I get it. And then stop adding one more row of seats. You know what I mean? Because like literally I cannot if somebody leans back into me on a plane, I'm done.
Yeah, and it's a problem for all Nordics, dude. Yeah, totally.
True. My spaceship has much better seating.
He admitted it, everybody. Got him. So this movie, though, I mean, since it seems like it's a family film of sorts, but it seems like a love letter from John Travolta to John Travolta. Is it worth watching?
Yeah, no, of course it is. I mean, it's just
your voice went up 3 octaves.
No. The production values are cool. They filmed at the TWA terminal in New York, which now is a hotel, which is this great Eero Saarinen architectural gem. So it's just the kind of thing that somebody like Travolta, who loves aviation, would have to do, right? Like if Hollywood did it, they wouldn't get it right. So the whimsy, the attraction, the love letter to flight, the way it used to be really cool. So yeah, if you're a fan of sort of retro stuff, definitely check it out. It's only at 52% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That makes sense.
It's early.
I don't expect to get above 60.
Yeah.
Watching it. I mean, it seemed like nice, but again, it was almost like the fanciest John Travolta home movie.
Well, it's for your parents.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Remember back when? Yeah. Okay. All right. This film critic Herb Stratford. We're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Wrap things up with a beef tip after these words. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. While we're at it, though, let's check out a little bit of arts and culture guy, like I said.
Stratford Spotlight.
Oh, shit. Well, dude, I mean,
I know, but it changed.
You know what? Get it together, dude. All right. Lee Woodall and...
Leo Woodall, yes.
Leo Woodall.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is he deaf in real life?
No.
Okay, that's good. So he could hear your questions? Poor bastard.
He could. Well, it's funny you say that because I have interviewed real deaf people. So, like what's her name from Children of a Lesser God?
Well, I'll let you have that senior moment. And when we figure it out, here's a little bit of Herb's conversation with Leo Woodall and the co-star here.
For KMSB KOLD. Hi, guys.
Hi, Herb. How you doing?
Good. So, Leo, let me start with you. Your relationship with Dustin and Tova felt so authentic and just so like lived in. Was that an immediate connection, or did you guys hang for a while, or how did that work?
Honestly, I think the credit is due to Tova and Dustin. They knew each other. I think they're kind of old friends or something. But no, I think they made it very easy. Tova, I just want her to kind of be around all the time. She kind of, yeah. There's a paternal figure with Tova, and Dustin's just so, I don't know, charming and sweet and funny, and it made chemistry with them very, very easy.
Well, it translates remarkably well on screen. Havana, so talk to me about the piano. Were you a piano person? Because man, you sell it. Okay.
Oh, thank you. I was not a piano person per se. I had studied until I was in middle school, so I had gotten to like the third colored book in the thing. I think it was purple. I think it was purple. It might have been book 5 actually.
Oh wow.
I don't really remember that in truth, but something around there. And it was a lot to go back to sort of bringing back those roots and also having to expand on it a lot more. So it was a pretty extensive process of about 2 months of learning these 5 pieces. And it started in a place where I was very panicked and then slowly became something that I leaned on personally just as a form of like support throughout the process. Just like spending time at the piano felt like a safe place.
So you were actually, because I mean, it looks like you're performing. So that was you actually playing. Okay.
Yeah, I was actually playing those 5 pieces. There's a couple moments where Lala, our wonderful hand double, came in and saved me in some wrong fingerings. But I think in general, it was me playing. Yeah.
And Leo, what about you? Did you perform any of your piano stuff at the end there?
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Gotcha. No, I mean, we had so much training in this, you know, at being virtuosos in this thing, and there was no, I learned early there was no way I was going to get to Nikki's level of pianism. Pianism.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, what Marius wrote for this movie, I just think is so beautiful, and I think it was such a gift for both of us to like get to spend so much time with it. You obviously had quite a few, but I just had the one, and I spent a lot of time with it, and it was that first bit still gets me. It's so
well, and there's this beautiful line in the film that really stuck with me, that harmony in chaos, and that just so resonated with me in terms of what you're going through, both of you are going through in this film, but also just sort of in life. And I mean, as a takeaway, I felt like that was something beautiful. We have to try and find that in our own lives. And did that resonate with you guys as well?
Yeah, totally.
And we'll wrap it there. That was good. We're getting back on the air here to wrap things up with a beef tip, but excellent conversation. And honestly, you reminded me, I can get a screenshot of you and Dinklage in that interview just for beef games. Rock 102.1 KFMA is Beefing It Presents. We're almost out of time on this Friday. It's always a good show. Next time I want a little bit more Herb Stratford.
All right.
Because obviously next week, what are we reviewing? What's coming out?
I will tell you. Next week we've got Masters of the Universe.
Oh yeah.
We got a new scary movie.
Yes.
And a really great doc called Stolen Kingdom about people that steal stuff from Disney World.
Oh,
really interesting.
I wonder if Yas is going to be in that. It's a possibility. All right. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this Friday. But don't forget, Beef Games happening next Friday at St. Phil's Plaza. Herb Stratford's going to be there. We'll have thousands of dollars of prizes to give away. And it's a one-of-a-kind live game show experience. It's free for everybody. Sign-ups at 6. The game show starts at 7 o'clock. And we're celebrating 5-year anniversary in the process. So Herb Stratford's been a part of the show all 5 years and then some. Before we wrap things up, we'll give you a beef tip. Here's the beef tip. Science says artsy people may age slower. And I know this for a fact because I know Herb Stratford. He's 90, but he doesn't look a day over 65. No, it turns out going to museums, even curling up with a good book, might actually help you stay younger. A new study says that arts and culture, arts culture guy, could slow biological aging almost as much as exercise. So if you exercise and read, wow, forever young, man. So wow. So think about that. When you go out and you appreciate and take in all these different arts and culture, it may actually help you look younger and be biologically younger in the process. So not only that, you're feeding your brain. That's not a bad thing.
I like it.
I know you would, because literally your YouTube page was Arts and Culture Guy.
That's true.
All right, so what is the YouTube page now?
It's Stratford Spotlight, because that's what my spots at Roadhouse are. So,
excellent. Yeah. Well, yep, there you go. So Stratford Spotlight. Thank you so much, Herb Stratford. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast broadcast page, youtube.com/beefvegan. Enjoy your weekend. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef,
nah, I made fun of you being alien and stuff.
and to all your
Notice I didn't talk about me that much, and then also forget about what I was talking about.
I will knock out all your teeth.
It's called pro level shit, Herb.